Thanks for watching another episode of the Suburban Homestead blog, a chronicle of our efforts at growing food in the city. Just today, I am going to be showing you what I've done in the garden today. Earlier I was harvesting a few of our peppers from our pepper plants, which haven't really done that well, I think probably because the tomato plants have overtaken them essentially. And then I also harvested a few of the green beans. Those plants also haven't done that well. We didn't have very many plants either, so there weren't many beans to actually harvest. And then the tomatoes, I harvested probably about, I don't know, 20, 25, well maybe not that, maybe about 20 yellow pear cherry tomatoes, and then another large purple Cherokee tomato. So that's the produce I've harvested today, and I've been able to harvest maybe, you know, half a dozen to a dozen of the yellow pear cherry tomatoes per day, and it's still loaded with unripe tomatoes. But also something else I've done today is harvest the remaining onions that we had planted and that have grown, and essentially the tops have died off, which is the sign that they're ready to be harvested. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, we harvested about half of them, and so now these other ones are ready to harvest. And I mean, harvesting onions it's as simple as anything. Just once the tops are drooping over and dying, that's when they're ready, and so you just pull them right out of the ground, and that's essentially it. We have some pretty large ones here. This is one of the larger ones. This is probably about the size of my fist, and so that's a good sized onion there. And what I'm going to do with them is take the scissors over here by the compost bin, chop off the bottom that has all the hair on it. Okay, so no hair on it now. And then I'm going to take the scissors and chop off the top, and so it doesn't have the top on it, and there you go. It looks like a normal onion, except that it's kind of dirty because it comes from the ground, obviously. I'm going to have to do that with all of our onions, the rest of our onions that I just harvested, which I said, like I said, about 2 dozen probably that I harvested, so we'll have plenty of onions for the next few weeks. Okay, so I'm done. It took me probably 5 minutes or so for about, now that I count, there's probably about, not 2 dozen, but about 3 dozen onions here. So 5 minutes, 3 dozen onions, maybe total time with harvesting and doing this, 20 minutes maybe at the most. Planting, watering, which you really don't have to water these that much. Total time for, let's say that's half of how much we got. So 3 dozen, say six dozen onions. Maybe an hour and a half total time. 6 dozen onions, homegrown, fresh from your garden. You know where they came from. You know what you put on them. And we probably got, I think we got 3 different sets, and the sets were something like, I don't know, $2 a piece. Okay, so $6 for 6 dozen onions. I don't know how many pounds that is, but that's a lot of pounds. I mean, you can't beat the you can't beat the price for that. So there you go. Another benefit, another plus to growing your own food. That's what's up here at the Suburban Homestead blog, and I'm sure there'll be lots more adventure to come. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the summer, and then especially to gardening in the fall with different plants and vegetables that grow better in the fall. So I'm looking forward to that. Thanks for watching, and keep on gardening. Thanks.